Hey, what's up guys? Khaled here, the Plant Charmer. Today I'm going to show you how to prepare your potato grow beds so you can get some really great potatoes out of your garden this season. So without further ado, let's get started. So first steps first, we're going to put some fertilizer down in that growing area right here. So that's the first order of business. We're going to want to till in some fertilizer into the root zone in order to get some great results. Now, I've got my usual mix. This is going to be a 532 chicken manure. We're using a 468 formula also that has potash sulfate and bone meal as well. So these are going to be providing our phosphorus needs and our potassium needs, which are very strong in potatoes. They are heavy feeders. So very simple step here. We're just going to grab it by the handful and just lay it down here. So because this is going to be a tomato grow bed and because I'm tilling it in, I'm putting actually 2 handfuls for every section or every length. So that's it. We're just going to lay down the fertilizer here, and it's about a 15-foot long growing area or so. Now you can look here. I think it's a little sparse in terms of fertilizer, so I'll just add 1 more handful per length of bed, if you will. And that's it. For fertilizing needs, this is going to be our base load, what we call our base charge. So the idea of doing this is that when your plants emerge, when the root systems start to develop, they find food right away. So yield is a function of how much fertilizer can you give the plant, and how much fertilizer is a function of how many fertilizing events can you create. So that's going to be our first fertilizing event. Is when our potatoes, or in this case it's going to be a tomato grow bed, but I'll show you guys the potatoes after that. It's the same thing. Our plants, as soon as the first root tip emerges, right away it's going to find food. This accomplishes 2 functions for us. 1, of course, our plants start growing right away, and 2, they start getting used to the fertilizer loads that we give them. So a plant that's used to a lot of fertilizer from the beginning is going to accept a lot more. Different plants have different acceptance levels or tolerance level fertilizer. So this is it for this part. So our fertilizing is done. I'm going to pass the rototiller. You guys can use a shovel to do this, but you'll see a rototiller really is a gardener's dream. So let's just check it out. Alright guys, so our grow bed or our grow area for our tomatoes is actually tilled. It's ready to plant, and I really wanted to show you guys what a good quality soil is. And when it's tilled by a good quality machine, this is what you get. Look at this. Remember when we talk about soil that does not compact, and that it is a sign of a quality soil? There you go. That's not Pro Mix. There's no peat moss in there. It's just regular garden soil. Now, I don't want you guys to think that because I'm telling you this, you can go ahead and use that soil in your containers. In a container setting, it would actually end up compacting, but in this case, friable as it gets. As you've seen in the previous clip or the previous part of this video, I've actually worked the fertilizer into the root zone. Potassium and nitrogen are water soluble. So watering from the top will actually get them to go in the medium and seep through and feed the plants. Now phosphorus is a different story. Phosphorus is very slow to degrade, and which means normally if you were to use to grow a crop that requires phosphorus right now, you would put that phosphorus in probably in the fall, and even then it still wouldn't be 1 year later. It's still very much not degraded. So some of it will degrade gradually over time. But when we're starting a garden like this, we need it right away. It's very important that you put it in the root zone. And this is what makes the difference between my results and your results. So that's just one of the tricks that I use. Phosphorus directly in the root zone. So work that soil, work that fertilizer in, and now we've got a great soil ready to accept our tomato plants or whatever we're going to plant in here. If you guys notice, I've got the cords here, I've got the ropes. So yeah, there's going to be some high wire growing here. So high wire training in the greenhouse industry refers to growing plants vertically, vines vertically, the watermelons or the tomatoes I show you guys that you like a lot. So so that's it. Our prep is ready, and like I tell you guys all the time, do your prep work correctly. It's the first step to success. And then after that, your gardening is going to be really enjoyable. Again, my name is Khaled, known as the Plant Charmer. Subscribe, like it, share it with your friends, and stay tuned for more videos because the season's just getting started. It's been cold so far, it's warming up, and I'm going to show you guys a whole lot of cool stuff. See ya.